Hello, welcome to Beach View, our podcast about all sorts of things and stuff.
Yes, and today we're doing another album. This time, the 2024 album Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
I said Eilish. That wasn't even intentional, it just came out like that.
It wasn't. I thought you did it on purpose.
No, I should do it on purpose this whole podcast, though.
You
It's
should.
funnier to say eyelash.
It is. That's what I call her. Billie Eilish. Yes. So, this is I like the length of the album. I think it's about like 45 minutes.
You're always saying that. I like how long this album is.
Yeah, I like to consider that when I'm thinking about an album, so. Although I don't know that I've encountered an album that I don't like the length of, so that could be.
Oh, I have.
I know you have.
Yeah, this one's on the shorter side, so.
Yeah. So what are your like overall thoughts?
Yeah, so it's not bad, but it's not my favorite. I can't say I disliked any of these songs, but like basically none of them really hit for me.
Yeah.
Which is like I can't even put my finger on as to why.
Yeah.
I feel like the last time we did I was also like this, but no, something about it's just like not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like, I don't dislike her vocal styling, but it's hard to listen to a whole album of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's, I think, kind of a lot sometimes. And it's, I don't know, maybe like a bit too overproduced for me.
I could see that.
Really hard to say.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, she's not the best lyricist. And
yeah.
A lot of lyrics on here I didn't like.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So I have not listened to any Billie Eilish albums.
Me either.
Yeah, so I was very curious to see like how we both felt about it. I thought like as an album, it was pretty like, I don't want to say coordinated, like pretty like cohesive, And as you said, that can be a bit much at times. I liked the album, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite either. Like there are some songs, probably like 3 or 4 songs that like, I was like, oh, I like this song. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, they're cool. I do agree about a little bit overproduced and about like the lyrics. Like some of them I was like reading through the lyrics because like I couldn't quite catch everything like as she's
that too.
Singing. Yeah. Which I like her vocal style. I like it a lot, but it also makes it a little bit difficult. So some of them I was reading and I was like, I think the song's about this, So I don't know. I don't want to say it was a bad album. I thought there were a few standouts to me that I really liked, so it was decent.
Yeah. I feel like there's quite a bit of like 2000s pop influence in this. There's some tracks that get a bit like dancier, like have some like dance influence, and some that have some more like just straightforward rock influence.
Yes.
It's kind of a little bit of an eclectic mix for a pop album.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like that it was a little bit of a mix, but I really like about her music is, and I'm not like super familiar with all of her music, obviously, but the songs that I've heard and liked is, I like how it's got a good beat, but it's also like soft, like her vocals, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it doesn't feel like super poppy.
Yeah, they're down tempo, a lot of these songs.
Yeah. So
moody,
I like that.
I would say.
Yes, moody. That's what I like about her music. And they had that on here. There's only like probably a couple of songs. There's one in particular that I was like, I don't like this one. But for the most part, I thought they were like good songs. Like I said, the ones that stood out though are ones like I already knew. So there wasn't any more that I felt like really stood out on the album. But I kind of liked how they all, played into one another. There were a few surprises on here for me. So, I mean, it was a good listen.
Yeah, also, there's like multiple songs on here that are actually, there's tracks with like different songs on them.
Yes.
Or songs that have just like multiple different sections, which...
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gave it like an off-kilter feeling.
Same for me. I didn't really love that. It felt a little like, wait, did I switch songs? Like, you know what I mean? But, it was okay. I like that they experimented with that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing I can point to directly to be like, yeah, I don't like this. Like, I feel like maybe if I
Yeah.
had a few more listens to it, I would like it better, but yeah, I don't know. For me, it just wasn't anything, like, special or that I was, like, really blown away by. It's just kind of like, yeah, that's an album.
I feel the same way in that I feel like if I did multiple listens, I would definitely like enjoy it more. Because that's usually how I react to albums. Like I'll listen to it one time and then I'm like, okay, yeah, and then I'll listen to it again and then I start like singing the song. You know what I mean? Like you kind of get more into it. But I only listened to a few songs like over again. But yeah, like I said, there's only one song that I was like, I don't like this style at all. And that was it. The rest of them I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like the orchestra. I thought that was really pretty. I guess you call it orchestra. It's like a quartet, I think.
Yeah, I think, I looked at the, personnel listed on Wikipedia, and I think they had a string quartet on it.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was really pretty. I think that really shines throughout the album. And again, like I like her moodiness and I think like, she also did this album with her brother Phineas, which I like their kind of team together. So I thought it had some good sounds to it. I was very curious as to whether you would like it or not because I wasn't, as I'm listening to it, I was like thinking about what your reaction would be and I just couldn't clock it. I was like, I don't know if he's going to like this or not.
I don't think about your reaction at all. I just listen to the music.
Well, then. Looks like I'm just a more thoughtful listener, I guess. But yeah, so anyway.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, oh, you brought up the string quartet. One thing I will say about the instrumentation on here, I like all the guitar work on here. Like the timbres for it. It's very good.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think, I don't have any complaints about, like, the instrumentation.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I like the vocals. It's just, I thought it was decent. Now, I read a couple, like, I just kind of, like, did a brief, like, search of, like, the critical acclaim of the album, and it didn't really, like, get good critiques, which I kind of felt like they were a little harsh, which I always feel like critiques are harsh. But, but I thought, for me, it was better than what I read as critiques, but, I don't get really into, like, technical music stuff. I just, is it a good vibe? So.
I don't look up, critic scores on this or anything like that, but I'm looking at them on Wikipedia, and they're all largely positive.
Oh, that's good. I saw, like I said, just a couple, and it was after I listened to it. I was like, I want to see what other people thought of this. And it was a couple of, like, media outlets that I had read that were like, yeah. They were kind of like, it's not anything super great, so it's kind of like one of those things. But like I said, I only read a couple, and they weren't too positive. They weren't, like, horrible, but they were just kind of like, eh.
I mean, I'm only looking at, like, star and number ratings, which were all high.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I think the ones that I read were expecting, like, maybe a different sound or something from her and didn't quite feel that. But anyway, I thought it was more positive than what those had said. But I'm glad to see, like, Wikipedia, it's higher ratings.
Yeah, I guess let's get into the track by track.
Sure, okay, so first one, Skinny. So I thought this was a really pretty song. It's very soft with the violin, kind of a super chill, like, I like the message too. To me, it sounded like it was about, like, the scrutiny she faced, like, as she became more famous. There was a lot of commentary, like, online about, people commenting about her body, like, people commenting about, her maturing, etc. And I feel like that's what this was about. And like I said, I thought the orchestra was, like, really pretty in this, or the quartet was really pretty.
Yeah, I mean, her message is fine. It just, the way she expresses that is not good. I thought the lyrics in this were bad.
Yeah. I didn't think they were bad, but it was like, let me go look up what she's actually saying, because I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, well, this one isn't one that I had a hard time hearing it, but some of them I definitely did.
Yeah, but I thought I liked the song.
Yeah, I like that, like, most of the instrumentation, like, it's a bit of a more muted thing, except for the, like, guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that part. Yeah, it's not a bad song. I think the chorus is cool. I like that this sounded a little bit like a 90s rock song to me.
Yeah, I like that too. It had kind of a old school vibe going on.
Yeah, normally I like string outros, like, with, it's just, like, strings, but this one, it didn't feel like it was part of the song, it just felt like another little piece attached to it at the end.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I felt like a few of the songs on here were like that.
Yeah, it was like just randomly throwing a different piece of music as your outro.
Yeah, it didn't bother me on this track though.
I don't know. I felt like they could have flowed into each other better.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah,
I feel
decent
that.
song. I, didn't dislike it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good opener.
Except for the lyrics.
I didn't mind the lyrics.
I don't know. I feel like stuff like the internet is hungry for the meanest kind of funny, or like when I'm off the stage, I'm a bird in a cage, I'm a dog in a dog pound, are just like not good. They feel like first drafts.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that, and throughout the album, there were a few places where I felt like the lyrics were just kind of obvious and not more poetic, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I think she writes a lot of like obvious stuff, like kind of simple stuff, and a lot of it feels immature to me.
Yeah.
Which I think like she's like 20 something, so I don't know what I'm expecting, but
well, I think that was one of the things like I read on the critique was that there was a lot of like talk about like how her songwriting has changed as she matured. I don't know if that's something like she had said or that was just like commentary at the time, but the critique I read was like, yeah, no, it didn't mature in this album.
Yeah, it still feels very immature. Like, I feel like I've listened to stuff by teenagers that's better, like, lyrically. But,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Also, she does something on that starts in this song, but, I don't know if this is, like, her style or what, but, where she'll do, like, long stretches of the same rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
Which I do not care for. Like in this one, it's time, sign, fine, lifetime, and then happy, skinny,
yes.
me, pretty. Which I just, listening to that, and I'm just like, ugh.
That doesn't bother me as much, but I definitely, like, noted it. And I kind of noted that, like, okay, I can see why you're saying, like, her songwriting hasn't matured, because it's not, I don't mind the rhyme, though. But I definitely see what you're saying.
I mean, that's an intentional choice, I'm sure. I don't like it, and I think there's a reason you don't see it very much in popular music. I mean, at least to my knowledge. Like, maybe I'm misremembering stuff, but...
No, I think you're right on that.
Yeah, it happens several times on this album.
Definitely. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, next?
Next, we have Lunch. This one's more poppy.
Yeah. Feels a bit dancey, too, like some dance influence.
Yeah, a bit dancey. Yeah, it's got, like, it's like a cute crush anthem, I feel like,
Crush?
Yeah, like a crush. Yes!
You read the lyrics?
Yeah, like it's like infatuation, like...
It's a bit more than a crush,
Okay, well, obsession.
No, that's not what I meant, but...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, infatuation. Let's go with infatuation. Yes, but I was like, oh, cute. I think it's decent, though. This one definitely gets stuck in your head. Like, it's one of those, like, second listen, I'm, like, already singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, literally one of the lines is, it's a craving, not a crush. So, I think I'm right there.
Okay. It's more than a crush.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd call something cute when one of the, lines is, you need a seat, I'll volunteer.
Okay, maybe it's not cute, but I thought it was, like, peppy, okay?
Yeah.
Musically cute. But yeah, I like it. I thought it was a good one. Not my favorite song on the album, but I thought it was, it's a nice little poppy beat.
Yeah, this, sounded to me like some of the, like, late 2000s, early 2010s, like, indie rock, indie pop dance stuff. Like a little bit of, like, MGMT or something like that.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Because, yeah, it's got that, like, sort of driving guitar in it that I feel like very similar guitar timbre to the last song. But,
Mm-hmm.
it's this, like, upbeat, sort of poppier song.
Yeah. Yeah. Not as moody,
No.
which I liked kind of having a little switch up there. Yeah.
It also does that, like, all A rhyme scheme thing again in
Yeah.
this song.
I felt like it fit more in this just because of like the poppy sound of this. You know what I
Maybe.
mean?
I don't know. I don't like that. Every time I heard it, I was like, oh.
You're like, think of some more rhymes, bro.
Well, it's intentional. I don't think it's like, oh, think of some more rhymes. It's like deliberately,
Yeah.
lining it up like that. But I don't know. I didn't like it. I'll stop complaining about it from here on out, but it is like, it happens a lot.
It's very prevalent on this album. Yeah. So, all right. Anything more on this song?
Nope. Next,
Okay, how do you say this?
Chihiro. I think it's named after the character from Spirited Away.
Yeah, so I looked up because I was like, wait, I know what this, like in the back of my head, I was like, wait, I know what this means, but I still had to look it up. But one of the translations is 1,000 questions. So I like this sound. I think it's interesting. Feels like musically there's a lot going on at once, which I like in this instance. But it's also kind of a sad song, but it doesn't really feel sad, if that makes sense. And I also like the musical like crescendo in this.
Yeah, I like that bit, but otherwise I wasn't a huge fan of this one. Like, I don't know what it was, if it was just like the version I listened to, or if this is just what it sounds like, but this one was mixed really quietly.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole song, but especially the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of the ones I could hardly hear the lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like there were a few of them there. I'm like, let me go
Yeah.
read these because I don't know what she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one just felt like it was mixed really low. Like, I don't know if there was like some mess up with the YouTube upload, or if it was just
No,
like
I
intentional.
think that's yeah, I think that's intentional.
Yeah, I don't know. That threw me off. Like the whole time I was listening to this, I was like, "Hold up, I gotta turn my sound up," and it just
Yeah.
threw me off for the whole song.
Yeah, I like that. Like in some songs I like it. So
Yeah,
it didn't bother me.
it's a stylistic choice that I could see working, but it doesn't work for me here in this song.
I gotcha.
And like, I don't like that really, I think, took me out of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's continuing with that sort of like dance influenced sound from the last song. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one.
I feel like it sounds a little more like trance music. Like, you know what I mean? Like kind of that like you saying dance.
Yeah,
it kind of was
maybe,
giving me
yeah.
that like yeah, that kind of dance music to me. Yeah. Which I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't a huge fan of this one.
Okay. Next, Birds of a Feather. So this is one of the singles.
Okay. I didn't know the singles.
Yeah, well, I only knew a couple of them, but this is one that I've heard often, and I really like this song. I like the vocals on this. I really like the beat. It's kind of like somber in the lyrics, but most of these songs are. But I think it's like this is definitely one that like I like to listen to when it comes on. Like if I'm just listening to like a random playlist when it comes on, I'm like, oh, I like this one, you know?
Apparently Lunch and Chihiro were also singles.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I've never heard those.
Yeah. But yeah, this one I think is like the most straightforward pop song so far. Maybe on this entire album, really.
I think so.
Yeah, which are, I don't... This is the closest a song on this album gets to me calling it boring.
Oh!
I don't know that I'd call it boring necessarily, but I don't know. I don't have like a ton to say about this. It's just like a decent pop song.
Yeah.
It's mostly kind of forgettable. I mean, I guess if you're listening to it a lot because you listen to, like, you keep up with, like, popular music,
yeah.
you could see liking it, but just hearing it here on the album, I was just like, oh, that's decent. I don't hate it, but nothing special to me.
I think it grows on you, as most songs do for me. Like I said, usually my first go around with a song, I'm like, oh, that's fine. And then, like, as I hear it more, I'm like, oh, I like it, you know. So I think that's why I like this one better than the others.
Yeah. I definitely see why this one's a single.
Yeah. I think it's got a really good beat, which, I think makes it popular as a pop song. All right, anything else on that one besides that it's close to boring?
Yes. Yeah, well. Next.
Okay. Next we have Wildflower.
Also a single.
Yes, which this is another soft song. Also kind of depressing lyrics. But I think it's a really pretty song. We just did this one on our mixtape.
Yep.
Yeah, but I like how the beat picks up a little during the chorus, and I like how it gets quieter at the end.
Yeah. This is a slow acoustic ballad, and we've already listened to this, so I really don't have a ton to add that I didn't say the first time we did this. It's a decent song. I like the chord choices. I mean, works sort of as an acoustic ballad.
Definitely. All right. Next, then?
Okay, next.
Next, we have The Greatest. This is a sad song. It's, seems to be about a one-sided relationship. But I like the vocals and I like the instrumentation here. This one, to me, kind of sounds like a 90s song at the end.
Oh, see, I got older than that at the end.
Oh, okay.
Right, because it really, picks up at the end. It's a soft acoustic song again.
Yeah.
2 in a row. And then it really picks up at the end, and I felt like it sounded like a classic rock ballad.
Oh.
Which I don't like. I don't like classic rock, so...
It was giving me, almost like some Alanis Morissette at the end.
See that
That's why I said 90s. Yeah.
I like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminded me of, that at the end.
Yeah, I really didn't expect it to pick up either. It just sort of, went there, and I was like, I appreciate the attempt, but I don't like the sound it's going for.
I gotcha. Yeah. I can see that. This is one, though, where it does, change, musically, I guess you would say.
Has, a pretty big, change. It's one of its segments, yeah.
And I didn't mind it here. There's a couple that I was like, I don't really like that. But this one I didn't mind.
Well, like I said, I appreciate the attempt, but I didn't like the second part where it picks up.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know that I like the concept behind the lyrics about, this sort of, I don't know, kind of sarcastic brag.
Yeah.
Man, am I the greatest for, I put up with all your shit in this relationship. I don't know, that just doesn't quite work for me as, the way to express that feeling.
It didn't bother me, but now that you're saying it, I can totally see what you mean. But, I mean, it did bother me when I was listening to it, but now I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Yep.
Yeah. Not really a great sentiment there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a better way to express that, I was unappreciated, I gave my all to this relationship and you didn't give back.
Yeah. Not oh, I'm amazing.
Yeah, well, I think it's done, tongue-in-cheek, but still.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Just not what you would say.
I guess it's different, if nothing else,
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be my least favorite song on here.
Oh,
Just because it's 2 acoustic ballads in a row, and I didn't like the classic rock part, which to me sounded like a classic rock part, where it picks up, so.
I got you.
But, yeah, I mean, I can't say it's a terrible song. It's interesting, if nothing else.
Well, then.
It's not boring. It's a certified seal of approval.
Well, there you go. Well, we're about to get to my least favorite song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
L'amour de ma vie. I'm sure I'm saying that horribly.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it means the love of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lommel again.
Yeah. I don't love this one. What did you think?
So, yeah, this is one that is, I think, 2 separate songs on
Yes.
That's what I saw it listed as, although it's the lyrics are about the same concept, and it's on the same... I don't want to know where you, break that down at, but this one has a big break, in the,
It's very big. Yeah. So, the first part, to me, it's a little too, jazz clubby to me.
I didn't get that.
I don't know what other way to say it, but,
yeah,
the beat...
honestly.
Yeah, like the beat annoys me a little. Like I can see her performing this in like a 1920s movie scene. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, that's just the vibe it's giving to me.
It's a bit too modern for that, but I can see the influence, especially
Yeah,
that
like the
guitar.
influence. Yes, and I really just I don't like the first part. Like it actually annoyed me when I was listening to it.
I was getting more like 2000 soft rock, but
Okay, yeah, I was getting like way back, like this sounds like I could just see somebody like snapping their fingers singing this in a jazz club. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I don't like the changing vocal styles. And I don't like how like the whole song completely changes almost like 4 minutes in. I feel like that's like a
yeah,
very
yeah.
long time to before it changes. I will say I do actually like the techno vibe at the end.
Yeah, I thought that was like a Eurodance thing, but yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely that like
Yeah.
2000s like pop, like you're listening in the club or on like YouTube as music.
Correct. Yes. 100%. I if the whole song was like that, I could probably get down with it. I just didn't like the first part.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of the first part either. But I do like the like when it starts ending, there's like the a vocal effect put on her voice.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Then you moved on a bunch," and it kind of sounds like a record skipping effect. Which I thought was
Yes.
neat. Like she also like does that in like a really flat intonation, even though that line is really bad. The lyrics on this are really bad. This is so immature.
I don't mind the immaturity. I like that part of it. Yeah.
I can deal with some immaturity, but this was just like poorly written immaturity to me. Like I don't know.
I
I
gotcha.
listen to emo music. Like I can deal with some immaturity.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, this was just like I don't know, lines I picked out into like, but I need to confess, I told you a lie. I said you were the love of my life. This is just like a really bad line to me.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a bit too obvious.
Yeah, and it's just so again immature.
Yeah, I like when the lyrics kind of write around what's going on. You know, like it's not just like here's what happened.
I'm fine with direct, just like be a bit more artful around it than like, oh, I lied.
Yeah. Right. I agree. So, yeah, this was my least favorite on the album.
Yeah, well, I don't know if because that transition really surprised me.
Yes.
And I don't think it works, but I really like the
Yeah,
second half. Like I like this, just like
I like
yeah,
the
we're
2nd half too.
we're going for Eurodance here. Like yeah,
Yes. Which I don't mind that. But yeah.
we're shifting genres randomly in the middle of this like down tempo like sad song about a breakup.
Yes, I appreciate the like I would say experimentation and trying something new. I always like when artists do that, and this is like a departure, I think, from the other songs that kind of switch through. This is like a departure from how they're doing that. Like this is like very stark contrast to me. So I appreciate what I guess what they're trying to do with it, but it just to me I didn't like it.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think appreciate what they're trying to do, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Next, we have the diner. I like it. I think this has like a different sound. It's still low key, but it's got a little pep in its step. It is kind of creepy premise though. It's
Yeah.
like a stalker getting caught by the cops. Like, yeah, that's kind of creepy. I think this is also kind of like a commentary to fame, like what you deal with.
Is it? I thought it more just like a story song. Like, what if I played this character? But
Yeah.
maybe you're right on that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could go either way on that. But yeah, I thought it was a good song though.
Yeah. I didn't think the delivery on the lyrics held up, but that the idea is a solid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. This sounded to me like a 2000s pop song almost. It's like a little bit of a retro throwback.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, which I didn't mind.
Yeah, man, I like the little like waltz figure throughout this. Yeah, solid song, decent song.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite on this album. I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
It's hard for me to say. There's a lot of songs on here. Like, none of them I'm like, oh yeah, these are bad.
Yeah.
Maybe that last one, but,
yeah.
there's none of them where I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this one. This one really stood out to me.
Yeah.
I guess this is the closest to that.
Okay, I think there's a few that I like that stood out. I think this is one of them. So yeah, I would say it's a good track.
Yep.
All right. Next. We have Bittersweet, spelled like hotel suite.
Yes, not the flavor.
Mm-hmm. And this is an interesting one. This one has like an intro and then the music and vocals switch to a different sound. And it kind of like, to me, sounded like a video game.
Yeah,
soundtrack.
I could see
you know
that.
What I mean?
That opening, like the big electronic sound.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, oh, this definitely sounds like a video game to me. But I like how low the vocals are in this.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's definitely, I think, the worst of the, like, multiple section songs. Like, this isn't even like, oh, we just stitched two songs together. This is like, here's a bunch of different sections to go through.
Yeah. You thought it was worse than L'amour de ma vie?
I appreciate what that was going for more, because it's just like a wild swing. This one's just kind of like, here's a bunch of different sections.
Yeah.
Even if I guess this one does hold together more, but yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I felt like this held together more. It to me, it was interesting, and not in a way that I disliked. That makes sense. Like, I didn't love it, but I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that second section. I liked the section surrounding it. With the more electronic bit, the one you described sounding like a video game. Then largely her like singing. I don't know. It was too like soft and down tempo for me.
I got you. I kind of like that part about it, but I could see why you wouldn't.
Didn't care for it.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, not the best on the album.
No.
Okay, next we have the final song, Blue. I like this one. Again, it's got good beats with soft vocals, which I like. I think like her voice is so melodic here. This is another one that the music changes to.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I felt like that first part was too short.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't bother me, but I thought the violin was really pretty in this.
Yeah, I don't know. That first part's decent. I don't really care for the second part, because, like, pretty sure that's Phineas.
Yes.
It's a different vocalist. I'm pretty sure that's who it is, but I did not like that.
You didn't like it? I didn't mind it. Yeah. I assumed it was Phineas as well. I was like, okay, Phineas getting on the lyrics.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I like the song, though. But, I thought her voice sounded really pretty in this, and the violins were really pretty. So, overall, pretty song.
Yeah, I guess, you could call it that. I like the first bit a bit more than the second one, but also just like, that first section's like a bit too short to really like, I don't think it fully expresses the idea. It feels like a draft rather than a song that was deliberately written to be short.
I could see that. But I didn't like on the other L'amour de ma vie that it was 4 minutes in. Like, I felt like that was too long.
It's like a full song, and then it's like, okay, next song. Wild departure.
Yes, correct, yeah. So I like this better.
Yeah, these two match each other more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I didn't mind it. But I guess for me, like, of course I like Birds of a Feather, Wildflower, and Skinny. I thought that was a good one. I like The Greatest. And yeah, I liked Blue.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to pick out tracks from this. I would say like Lunch and The Diner.
Yeah.
Wildflower's also decent. I don't know. Yeah. Like, again, the thing I said at the top keeps saying, like, none of these songs really, like, shine for me. Like, I've critiqued a lot of some of these songs, but I can't even say any of them are, like, bad. I didn't like them.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
Really nothing special for me. Like, and I can't exactly, like, the music's all fine. There's some good bits of production and instrumentation and, like, writing. Her vocals are fine. It may be a bit too much for me. It's just all, like, I don't know. Like, the lyrics aren't great, but I can overlook that if I like the music really well, and it's just like, I don't know, something's just not working for me here.
Not working. I'll say, like, I like her style. I like the low vocals. I like because it's just a little bit different than, other music that you're hearing right now. And I think that's why I like this album. But again, it's not something I love.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like I was saying with like Wildflower and Birds of a Feather, when I hear it in like a mix, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. It's what made me want to listen to the album. But I don't want to sit here and listen to the whole album again all at once, Because it's like you're saying, it's a bit too much of the same thing. But I like how it sounds a little bit different than other music that's out right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite overall.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
See, I think that's 2 albums in a row where that's been our prevailing sentiment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of, interesting in that regard, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. I mean, I thought it was a good listen. I'm glad that I listened to it, because unless I'm doing this, I don't often sit and listen through a whole album at once. But I like how you can see how, like, the songs go into each other. They're, like, more cohesive and how they all play out in the album as a whole. So, I mean, I thought it was a good listen.
Yeah, no, I don't regret listening to it. I can definitively say it was not boring.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Alright, well,
Alright.
I guess that's everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, I'll take us out. This has been Beach View. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time. Bye!
Bye!